Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and to those who are new, who are watching my video for the very first time, welcome to my channel. I am Heta, I am a content creator, and in today's video we are going to discuss about PR process of Australia. But before that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and consider subscribing. It's been more than 2 years since I and Pratish live here in Australia as permanent resident. We had applied for our PR in year 2017 and we received our visa grant in year 2018 in Jan month. We did the entire PR process on our own, and in today's video I am going to discuss the PR process step by step based on our experience. So for an application of an Australian skilled immigration PR can be divided into the following stages. So first, check your PR eligibility. Second, give the English language exam. Third would be complete skill assessment. Fourth, submit your EOI, that is expression of interest for PR. Fifth, receiving invitation and making payment for visa and submitting your PR visa application. And lastly, that's your destination, receiving the visa grant. Now let's first talk about checking your eligibility. Now this is not the step, but before starting the PR process, you have to check whether you are eligible for the application of PR or not. Check whether your occupation is listed in their skilled occupation list. Now you need 65 points, minimum 65 points to be eligible for PR application. And this 65 points doesn't mean that you're going to get a visa. It is just the minimum point that you need to be eligible for PR application. To check how many points you have or can have, you can assess yourself by visiting the Home Affairs website and complete the form to find out the points that you can claim. Now the points awarded are divided into different sections: age, work experience, your English exam score, and there are certain points that are awarded to your spouse if he or she they meet the criteria of the spouse that is to be included in the PR visa. Now I would encourage you to be as accurate as possible to get the gist of actual points that you can claim, okay? All the links to the important website I'm going to mention that in the description box below, so make sure to go ahead and check that. Now let's talk about the actual process of PR. Once you know that you are eligible for application of PR, the first thing that you have to do is go for English competency test. Now on the Home Affairs website, they have clearly mentioned which are the tests that they accept and how much is required score for each test. Now mostly you might have heard people either going for PT or IELTS. We too had these options only in our mind, and we chose PT over IELTS because the exam dates are rather more flexible in case of PT, and PT takes 5 business days and we actually got our result within 2 days. Now PT exam is a computer based exam, whereas IELTS is face to face and written test. But I have heard that IELTS is now offering a computer based exam in certain test centers, but I'm not sure about that. Also, there are some mock tests which one can give to check for which test is better for them. If you directly purchase mock tests from Pearson, you will come to know how much you can score in the actual test, because most of the online mock tests, they are not scored. You will only come to know which answer is right and which answer is wrong. But if you directly purchase it from Pearson, you will actually come to know the score, and that will give you a fair idea how much you can actually score in the real test. Also, when in 2017 when we had given PT exam, we had actually bought our PT vouchers from one of the agency called as Aussie Group, because at that time they were giving us 10% discount on PT exam. So I remember that we also got 10 mock tests free with that. Once you purchase your PT voucher, go to the Pearson website, book your online test and make the payment by choosing the voucher option. So if you manage to score 65 or more in each of the PT test components, you score 10 points. And if you manage to score 79 in each of PT components, then you score full 20 points. So points for English test is in your hands. Now what I mean to say over here is you cannot change your work experience, you cannot change your education, so score as much as possible in your English test. So once you know your English test exam, move on to this step, that is skill assessment. Find out in which skill category you belong to in NCSCO, which is Australia and New Zealand Standard Classification of Occupation List. And each skill category will have their own designated skill assessing authority. So for example, for ICT business analyst, the assessing authority is ACS. Also for software engineer, the assessing authority is ACS. So you have to find which particular assessing authorities is yours. So read in detail by clicking on the NSYS code. Check the task mentioned, roles and responsibility to verify whether you fall under which code. So once you know your assessing authority, go to their website, check which all documents are required first, okay? Gather all those documents. Also keep soft copy of all the documents because that is something you're going to need in further process while applying for visa. So documents related to your education and work experience will be needed in this particular step. They are going to mention everything in detail in their guidelines, so make sure you read it carefully and upload the documents in the format that they have suggested. Also, they are going to mention the fee, and this fee is non-refundable, so make sure you have the correct assessing authority. So once you have gathered all the documents, go to the assessing authority website, upload all the documents, make the payment, and then wait for the evaluation to be done. If you have any query, mail them your concerns, they are going to reply. Also, if they need any additional documents, they are going to mail you, so make sure to check your mail regularly and provide them with the documents that they need. So basically in this step, the assessing authority, they are going to compare your skill, your education, your work experience with the Australian standard. How many years of work experience you can actually claim, that will determine your points. So for less than 3 years of experience, 0 point. 3 years or more, 5 points. 5 years or more, 10 points, and 8 years or more will be 15 points. Also, if you have any Australian work experience in your nominated occupation list, you will get some additional points. Now, when it comes to education, if your qualification is bachelor's or higher, you will get 15 points, and if you have done any PhD, then you will get 20 points. Also, if possible, do the skill assessment of your partner with whom you're coming to Australia as per their education and work experience. Check the assessing authority and proceed accordingly. So if your partner is under 45 years of age, if they have competent English and if they have done their skill assessment, you can claim additional 10 points. Also, just a small tip, Home Office every year provide the number of allocation of PR to a particular code detail. It changes in July every year. They update the details of how many PR visa has been allocated. I'm going to mention the link in the description box below. So once the evaluation is done, you will receive the mail from assessing authorities, and in that mail there will be 2 documents. One will be for education and another will be for work experience. Read the documents very carefully. They are not going to mention you the points, but they will let you know the number of years of work experience and education that you can consider to claim points. So accordingly, calculate your point and then move on to the next step, which is EOI, that is expression of interest for PR. So once the skill assessment is done, calculate the points that you have: age, work experience, education, partner's point if any, English test score, and this will give you an idea for which particular visa subclass you want to go for, like 189, 190 or 491, and you can submit the EOI accordingly. So for visa subclass 189, that is skilled independent visa, you can live and work permanently anywhere in Australia. Next is skilled nominated visa. Under this visa, you can live and work permanently in Australia, but you must be nominated for this visa by an Australian state or territory government agency. Moving on, next is skilled work regional provisional visa. So this is a provisional visa for skilled workers, and you can live and work in regional Australia. Now for submitting EOI, you have to first create your skill select account. Now once that is done, fill in all the details like passport details, your skill assessment detail, your partner skill assessment detail, and then you have to submit your EOI. Now once all this is done, you will receive a mail with the 2 attachments in that. One attachment, there will be the details that you have given in the EOI, and another will be the points calculation breakdown or as per the claims that you have made in EOI. So once all this is done, wait for the invitation to receive. There is no time limit in this one too, and the person who has higher score will be given first priority. So now second last step is receiving the invitation and applying for PR visa. So once you receive an invitation, you will be given 60 days to apply for visa, to upload all your documents and to make the payment. So make sure you apply for the visa in this given time frame. So when you receive an invitation, they will give you a link, and first you have to create an IME account and then apply for visa. Now when it comes to documents, this is very important. You have to submit all the documents correctly. They will mention all the documents that they need even on their immigration website. So as you can see, these are all the documents that are required. That is pages of your current passport, national identity card, if there is any name change, then the proof of name change, then your marriage certificate, and then they will need police clearance certificate, then they will need your English test result, then there is skill assessment documents that you had given like education and work experience document, then your partner's document, their identity documents, their English test result, skill assessment document, and medical certificate. So they will give you a list of all the medical examination that needs to be done. So they must be done by the approved physician and clinics. So upload all your documents properly, make the payment. I'm going to share the fee structure now. So once you have uploaded all the documents, you have made the payment, visa payment and everything, you will receive a confirmation email of your visa application. So lastly, now once you receive the visa grant, check all the details in the letter properly and check when you have to make your first entry. So the total cost per applicant would be, as you can see over here, I have mentioned the total cost in Indian currency. The amount that I have given over here, the fee structure that I have given over here are rough estimates. It will change depending on the currency exchange rate, depending on the skill occupation set that you have chosen. So English test would be around 11,610 plus GST. Skill assessment primary applicant would be 25,000. Skill assessment partner would be 25,000. Visa fee primary applicant would be 2,28,870. Visa fee for your partner or an applicant above 18 years of age would be 1,14,720. Visa fee for your child or an applicant below 18 years of age would be 57,170. Medical test lastly would be 5,000 to 6,000 per applicant depending on the test that they have written for you. So I hope this video helps you with the PR process of Australia. Please don't be in haste in this entire application process. Take one stage at a time. Read all the documents carefully, upload all the documents carefully, provide them with accurate information. And I know the entire PR process could be quite taxing, especially the wait period in between, but remind yourself the reason for which you have started this process, and please do not stress yourself much. Also, if you're not confident and comfortable to do the entire PR process on your own, obviously you can go ahead and consult any registered MARA agent. We didn't wanted to pay such a huge fee to any agent, and that is why we did the entire PR process on our own. And like I have mentioned, they have clearly mentioned all the details of this process on their immigration website. But in the end, obviously it is a personal choice. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to see you guys in my next video super soon. Till then, bye.